H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys supports 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus. One-time pay, lifetime access to live classes and videos. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For free demo class, visit h2kinfosys.com.
Now, so what is a data? So we're going to discuss on if you want to know this document where I got there is a typo here, it's DBMS. So this document actually I copied from the content present in H2K Infosys website. So there are 4 modules in our course for testing. So we have almost already covered some of the topics like not testing. We have covered the development aspects of the course till now. So like for example, views you already know, join writing tables you already know. So writing SQL queries for data verification, writing queries you know already. So like this we know a few things, what is stored procedure and what are triggers, we will see what are triggers. We saw what is user defined functions. So you know some of the concepts already, select, insert, update, delete. So what do you need to know? So like this. So today we'll try to come with the proper sequence. So we'll learn in a sequence from now. Okay, so for today it will be a bit of theory part rather than doing some coding or queries or whatever we do like before. Okay, so what is database application? So any application, so any application, any software application which involves database can be called as database application. For example, if you see Indian Railways, where we will have a database. So normally all the applications will have 2 types of referring systems. For example, if you take YouTube, do you think YouTube will have database? All of you respond to me in the chat window. So how many of you think that YouTube will have a database? Yes, YouTube will have database. Okay, and okay, can you guys tell me any website which will not have database? I need one response from each one of you. Any website do you think that which will not have database? Yeah, correct. I got a good response from Mr. Chandra. Like, yeah, it is HTML only site, or yeah, anything do you think that will not have database? Any website which you think will not have database? Or you can think of 90% of will be without database. For example, if you take banking website, primarily it plays with the data. The role is primarily with the data. Or if you take any website, or take for example online trading, it is also primarily with the data. These are all data driven applications. So they don't have any physical. For example, take Amazon.com. Yeah, so Nirav is telling college websites. Yeah, correct, Nirav. So if you take college websites or any, do you think Wikipedia will have database? Wikipedia? Yeah, it could have database. Or normally, if you see for websites, the content will be referred in 2 ways. One is from the database, other one is from the file system. So even a text file. So what they can do is this content, whatever you are seeing here, can be taken from a text file, or this can be a static HTML file. So what I mean to say is, for any websites, we can have 2 types of references. One is either from the database, or it can be from the text files. Okay, so we're not going to deal if the files are text files. Okay, so one simple example for other example for websites without database can be online news reader companies, where we will have HTML files, like for example the Hindu. So they might this might not be coming from database. If you see here, this content might be coming from whatever you see here. The content might be coming from the HTML files. Okay, so these are all HTML files, or maybe we cannot give 100% guarantee. Maybe they might have added each article in database as well. But normally news websites will be mostly HTML driven. Okay, and that too the static ones. They will put it, and forever the website will be this. You can view the page of website forever. So they are static. They are not driven by database. Okay. So I got a question from Payal saying why they are not having database. So these also will have database. For example, if you take this website, I don't see anything that is necessarily to be taken from the database. Okay, so this can be a HTML file, and if you see here, Center for Simplifying Law or whatever it is. So if you see the view source of this page, you can see more of HTML, li tag, and li is for list item of UL means unordered list. So like this, most of the things they have formatted in HTML. So this will be, I guess this will be a static website. So even we cannot guarantee this. For now, let's assume that what you should know for now is there are normally two types of applications. One is static, or from the HTML, or which has file system as a data reference, and the other one will have database. Okay. So I got a question. Can you explain a little more how we know it has database or not? No, we cannot know from whether it has database or not. It is just normal thinking. So I got a question like, can you explain a little more on how we know whether it has database or not? So by seeing a website, we cannot know whether it has database or not. But normally, if the website is very static, let's take another example. I will show you. I'll take one website, then you will understand. Okay, so, and one more question I got, can you explain how YouTube has database? So YouTube has database, otherwise how do you log in? You have to log in, so your user ID, password. If you want to upload any videos, you have to log in, so that means it uses your user ID, password, which is stored in the database. That is one simple example. Okay, and maybe videos and all they might have kept in file system. That's okay. So videos might not necessarily use database, but at least you can see, log in your favorite channels, whatever you do, whatever you subscribe, you like or dislike. There are a lot of things in YouTube, right? All those things are stored in the database. For example, for some videos you will have 100 subscribers, and who are the subscribers, and also for some videos you will see likes and dislikes. Okay, so those are all can be. So if you see here in this website, I am seeing this website here. If you see, if I click on research centers, it's not opening. Research project. So completely, for example, can you tell me this is developed in which? Okay, this is developed in .NET. Anyway, so if you see here, they kept a PDF file here. So they kept a PDF file or an image here. So this doesn't require database. So this page is coming from file system. So when your website is having PDF files, or if you think that this data is static, then they might not have database. But when you click on this link, staff login, so it is taking you to a login page. So this will have database. Okay. So anyway, depending on your normal thinking, we should tell whether it might have database or not. But I just want to tell you two things. You can have file system or database as your backend. Okay, so that is about database application. Anything which uses any application which uses database, which normally does CRUD, CRUD operations. So anyone knows what are CRUD operations? So I'll just ping in the chat window. CRUD operations. Okay, so any website which has database as a backup and which normally does CRUD operations is considered as database application. So CRUD stands for create, read, update and delete. So these are the four operations which normally done on the database. If any one or two operations are happening from the database, we can call the applications as database application. Okay, now coming to the second point, testing the application versus testing database management system. Okay, so I think these 2 points all of you will be clear, because some of you might be knowing this in QA course as well. So testing application is normally we will have a user interface where we will just check for whether the required update is happening, required delete is happening, or so completely we'll check it from the UI, from the user interface. But whereas testing database management system or testing whether the functionality of a stored procedure is working fine, or functionality how the data is getting stored in the database, you want to check. You should know about you should know the queries we discussed, or you should know some more details on that. Okay, so now if I will open Excel sheet. Okay, now I am going to tell you, I am going to ask some questions to all of you, for those who are QA students. For now, let's see whether we'll make it more interactive now. Okay, so now I have a screen like this. Hello? Yeah.
Hello, I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said that views are the simple queries and the stored procedures are like logical queries. What if we write a logical query and save it as a view? Can we do that?
No, stored procedure is not a logical query. View is a query. Stored procedure is not a query. It's actually sequence of TSQL transactions. I mean sequence of TSQL statements.
Okay.
So if you remember, stored procedure, the example which we discussed is, I think you're not there in that class when I'm discussing on stored procedures. So stored procedures, I told like to update salary of employees. So where we saw 3 update statements inside a stored procedure, and we saw that for the